So you want to build some wealth. Investing is, hands down, one of the best ways to do it. But where do you even start? With all the options and all the noise out there, it's easy to feel a little overwhelmed. And that's exactly what we're going to tackle today.
Okay, so think of this as your personal map and compass. We're not just going to point you towards some treasure and say, good luck. Nope. We're going to gear you up, turn you into a prepared explorer with a checklist you absolutely need before you take a single step. All right, the core of this whole thing is a super simple but really powerful 5-point checklist. Seriously, running through these questions is going to boost your confidence and massively up your chances of success. So let's dive in.
First up, and this one is absolutely crucial. Will I need this money soon? Just take a second and really think about that. Because if the answer is yes, well, investing might not be the right move for you just yet. And here's why. Investing is not about getting rich quick. It's a long game. So this really boils down to two things. First, your emergency fund. Do you have at least 3 months of living expenses tucked away? You need that cushion so you're not forced to sell your investments when they're down just because, life happens. And second, you've got to be ready for the market's mood swings. It's going to go up, it's going to go down. That's just part of the deal. Having that financial safety net lets you ride out those waves without hitting the panic button.
Okay, on to number 2. And this one might sound super obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people skip.
Do I understand how this investment actually works? And I'm serious here. A great rule of thumb is if you can't explain it to a friend over a coffee, you probably shouldn't be putting your money into it. You got to know exactly how you're supposed to make money. Is it because the thing you bought is going to grow in value over time? That's called capital appreciation. Or is it going to pay you out regular cash, like dividends from a stock? And what about hidden costs? Oh yeah, you've got to watch out for those. Things like platform fees and management fees can be silent killers for your returns. And finally, how easy is it to get your cash back out? I mean, how quickly can you sell and get your money? Some investments are way easier to get out of than others. And that leads us perfectly to question number 3, which is all about you personally. Is this investment right for my risk tolerance? Look, the basic trade-off in investing is this. Higher potential returns usually come with higher risks. There's no magic formula, no right or wrong answer. It's all about what's right for you and your unique situation. And you have to be really honest with yourself here. How stable is your income? Do you have major commitments, like a mortgage or kids' tuition? And, just as important, how would you react emotionally if you see your investment drop in value? Are you going to lose sleep over it, or can you handle it without panicking? Your personal life and your personality should be your guide here.
All right, let's look at number 4. This one is a big picture check on your overall strategy. Does this investment help diversify my portfolio? In other words, take a step back and look at where all your money is. Is it all piled into a few tech stocks? Or maybe it's all in one country's market. Having all your money in one spot is basically like betting it all on a single horse in a race. It might pay off big, but it's a huge gamble. And we're going to talk a lot more about this in just a minute. And that brings us to our 5th and final question on the checklist. And honestly, this might be the most important one of all.
Am I okay with losing some of this money? I mean, really okay with it. This is the ultimate gut check, because every single investment comes with risk. You should only ever invest money that you can afford to lose without it completely wrecking your financial life. So if you've gone through this checklist and you're feeling good, awesome. You're in a great spot. If not, that's a signal to hit pause and maybe do a bit more homework. So we mentioned that word diversification in our checklist. Now it's time to really dig in. Because this isn't just another tip on a list. This is the golden rule of managing risk.
I'm sure you've heard this a million times. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. It's a cliche for a reason. It perfectly captures this huge idea of diversification. It's this simple but incredibly powerful concept of spreading your investments around so that if one thing goes wrong, it doesn't sink your entire ship.
This rain or shine analogy is just perfect. Okay, imagine you open a business that only sells ice cream. On a hot, sunny day, you're making a killing. But what happens when it rains? Your sales completely tank. Now, what if you also sold umbrellas? All of a sudden, a rainy day isn't a total bust. It's another way to make money. Your umbrella sales help make up for the fact that no one's buying ice cream. By diversifying your products, you've built a much more stable business that can do well no matter the weather. That is exactly what diversification does for your investments.
Okay, let's make this super practical. Say you have £1,000 to invest. Level 1, no diversification. You dump all of it into one single company's stock.
Your entire investment's future is tied to how that one company does. Kind of scary, right? Level 2, some diversification. You spread that £1,000 across a few different UK companies in different industries. Okay, that's definitely better. But now look at level 3, full diversification. You spread that money across stocks, but also bonds, and in markets all over the world. See the difference? Now if one part of your portfolio is having a bad day, it's way less likely to drag everything else down with it.
All right, that was a lot to take in, I know. So let's wrap this up and boil it down to the key takeaways you need to confidently start your journey.
You know, if you remember only one thing from our chat today, make it this: diversification. It is your single best tool for managing risk. Now, it can't guarantee you'll make money, and it won't stop you from ever losing money, but what it does is smooth out those bumps in the road. As one source put it, it's the thing that helps you sleep a little easier at night.
So, what's your path forward from here? It's simple. First, run through that 5-point checklist before every single investment you think about making. Second, make diversification your #1 strategy for managing risk. And third, remember you don't need to be a millionaire to do this. Things like investment funds are a fantastic way to get diversified instantly, even if you're just starting with a small amount.
So, think about it. You now have a checklist to size up any investment that comes your way, and you have the golden rule for managing your risk. You're not just some explorer standing at the edge of a scary-looking map anymore. You're prepared. You've got the tools. So the only question left is, what's your first move?
Thank you for watching. If you got something from this, please like the video and support the channel by clicking on the subscribe button. That really helps us. Thanks again.